Hello Uncomfies, welcome back to another video. As you guys know, last week I started sculpting all of these cakes and I really want to get started on making some more, but before I do that, I need to finish these cakes. This is what the decoration is supposed to be. It's flowers and leaves, and these ones don't have either of them, so I need to add these on real fast. The reason I didn't do it last time is because it's very tedious, but it's so important. So I am going to hunker down, I'm going to put on a show and finish these strawberry cakes. You might notice I'm in a new setup, very cutesy, very nostalgic. I sort of spontaneously decided to rearrange everything in my studio again. This is kind of a test run for this new setup as well. Oh, also I want to track how many hours I'm sculpting in this video, so I'm starting at 4:41.
Wanna make you happy and then she goes. 나만 혼자 남겨뒀어. 대화가 필요해. 너 먼저 나에게 말해봐. 너와 나의 이 관계가 달라졌음 해. We're out of time, so tell me you want more. 지나가버린 추억, 너무 잦은 다툼, 가끔씩은 지치기도 해.
These guys took so long. Oh my gosh, been about 2.5 hours since I started. I got so desperate. I was playing around with the different simpler design, but I just don't like it. Even Mr. Uncomfy said that he liked this one better than this one. Like, this one is pretty effective, but it's just not as cute, so I ended up doing all 10 of them with the original design. But yeah, look at them in all their glory. These might be the most time-consuming things I've ever made. I legitimately think I could make 2 capybaras or even 3 different Maxine desk friends in the time span it takes me to make one of these. I still have to add the head pins to turn these into keychains, but in my eyes they're pretty much done. Now we can actually start on more cakes. It's the next day. I get a lot of questions on how to secure the head pin inside my charms. This is the way I learned years ago. I followed this tutorial on YouTube. Basically, I have this pack of really long head pins, and usually I take a wire cutter to trim them down a little bit. Then you take a pair of flat nose pliers, bend them to a 90-degree angle like this, and I'm going to just insert it directly in the middle. And once I hit that point where I bent it, you just straighten it out. Push it in and then twist. And now she is hooked in, and after she bakes, hopefully it'll be much harder to pull out. They also sell eye pins that screw in, so you just twist it into your charm. I've never tried them though, so I can't really attest to how well they work, but I've made thousands of charms using this method. I feel like I've been on these cakes forever, so let's finish them up. And we're clocking in at 12:44.
Give you the benefit of the doubt. It took me a while to figure out that you knew exactly what you were doing. Can't believe I was that naive to let all the blame for it back on me when
Quick update, it's 1:30 now. I ended up taking a break exactly at 1 because I was hungry. What I've been doing is like doing timestamps on these sticky notes. My business is run on cute sticky notes, but I suddenly remembered last year when I did a similar video to this, I just used a stopwatch, so I'm gonna do that now. And then we're gonna add all my previous time at the very end. I also wanted to give an update on this whole studio setup. I love it. I know it's unconventional to have shelves in front of a sliding closet door, but it's just been so nice to have all my tools, all my camera lenses accessible right behind me. I also have complete access to this desk now because in my previous setup, it was just really tight. And if you're wondering why my couch is in here now instead of the living room, you'll find out in the next video. But yeah, you guys, I basically have my old studio back. When I first moved into this apartment, I was really set on having like a whole new environment, but now I'm of the mentality like, why fix what's not broken? Okay, that was my little update for you guys. I'm working on the new cake design right now. It's gonna be bunnies, but I think instead of pancakes, I'm gonna try to make a cream-filled layer cake. Okay, so I just finished prototyping. This may be like the fastest prototyping session I've ever had. I had this idea to make the cream all swirly, and this is very, very rough, but this is what it looks on the inside. I have this tiny star-pointed frosting tip that I acquired from the baking section like years ago, and I'm basically using it as an extruder to get this swirly design for cream, but it's clay. And they do sell actual clay extruders at the store, but those come with a limited set of tips. I feel like this is such a good way to get around buying an actual extruder, and now you can choose whichever frosting tip design you want. It does require a bit of force though. I don't know if I should call them cakes or cookies. Maybe it's more of a cream cookie than it is a cake. I still technically have the same amount of cakes that I started off this video with, so I'm just gonna lock in and try to hammer out as many bunny cakes as I can today. I'm not even gonna set a goal. I'm just gonna do my best. I want to take a moment to thank the sponsor that makes this whole video possible, which is Away. You guys know I'm a homebody, but I've actually been going out of my way to travel a bit more this year, and Away is my favorite luggage brand to do just that. This is the bigger carry-on and the everywhere bag, both in Coast Blue, and they are my ideal travel set. Their patented interior compression system really squeezes everything down so you have as much space as you need, especially if you're a little anxious and you tend to overpack like I do. All of their suitcases come with a drawstring laundry bag to keep your dirty clothes separate. The wheels are the smoothest wheels I've ever experienced on a luggage, and they're super tough and reliable. For my tech and other doodads, I use the everywhere bag. It meets airline requirements to be your personal item, has a laptop compartment, and tons of other organizational pockets, so every little thing has its place. I also love the sleeve here that fits perfectly onto the handle of the suitcase. It literally takes the weight off of your shoulders when you're traveling. Every Away suitcase goes through a rigorous process of like over 30 tests that simulate real-life travel elements and extreme environmental conditions to ensure that they meet the highest level of durability and longevity. I really do love these products, so if you want to try them out for your next trip, you can get 10% off your first order at Away. Just click the link in the description or scan this QR code to check out Away. Safe travels! Hi, it's 9:20. I've been sculpting for almost 5 hours today. I kind of forgot to film a lot of the assembling process, but basically after I finished adding the faces, I moved on to the cream, the strawberries, and now I'm just doing the filling. This part is actually really fun and quick, so let's just finish these cakes and go to bed.
Listen for me in a violin. Listen for me when the knife is turning. Listen for me when the world is burning. Babe, would you listen for me? Listen for me in a crowded street. Listen for me in a winning street.
I did it. I finished 15 cakes today. I've been sculpting for 5 hours, plus the additional time that I didn't log on the stopwatch, so I think that's pretty solid. Almost 10 o'clock now, so I'm gonna clean up and go to bed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hello, it's the next day, and it's a very special day. It's actually my partner, Mr. Uncomfy's birthday. So this whole week I've been sculpting a ton of cakes, and I thought it'd be fun if I actually tried to bake one of these designs, like actually make a real cake for his birthday. I think I'm gonna make a cake that's in between these two designs. I want it to be just like this cake, but instead of a bunny, it's gonna be a bear, because I think a bear would suit Mr. Uncomfy more. I really don't cook or bake that often at all, so if all else fails, I got him a nothing bundt cake. So I was thinking about how I want to make the bear shape of the cake. Usually what people do is they'll make a round cake and some cupcakes and use the cupcakes as the ears, but I don't think that'll work for me because I'm not covering the top with frosting. So what I think I'm gonna try to do is make it in a square tin, and after the cake cools, I'll just cut out the bear shape from this. So let's make a quick stencil before we fill this with batter. Okay, stencil is made. She's a little rough, but my expectations for this cake are not very high in the first place. First thing we're gonna do is grease and flour the pan. I saw this hack years ago where you just use a paper towel to spread the grease. It's pretty greasy to me. I'm just gonna use some flour here. Drizzle this in the corners. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, I think that's sufficient. We're gonna pull this bad boy out from when I thought I would be baking more in this apartment. I'm gonna add in the butter now. And the sugar. This is a crazy amount of sugar. It's just 1 cup though. It's egg time. That was horrible. Okay, so I combined all my wet ingredients and now I have to add in the baking soda to the flour and mix these separately. Low-key, I think it's so hot in here that the butter is melted and it's like curdling. So I don't know what to do about that. I think I'm being too slow. This cake should not be taking this long to make, but it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. We have our flour, baking soda, and then milk. Let's add these in. Got my batter done finally. I don't know why baking and cooking is so stressful to me. I think it's because I've watched enough Great British Bake Off to know exactly what I'm doing wrong, and I think that makes me a little upset. Yeah, I think my butter melted too fast, you guys. It's okay. I'll do it better and faster the next time. Into the oven she goes. You guys, things were going so well until they weren't. Like, I got the cake down, it was looking great. I made this beautiful jam. I turned the cake over too soon and it all just crumbled into my hands. This is our cake now. She's a mess. I'm just gonna have to remake it. Honestly, it's okay because she didn't rise that much anyway because of the whole thing with the butter, I'm pretty sure. And now the universe gave me a second chance to get this perfect. And because I'm doing this over again, I basically already have the recipe memorized. So yeah, it's already 3. Mr. Uncomfy gets off work at 5:30. So I have to hustle. This whole thing gave me deja vu to when I was making my fall clay characters and I dropped them in the oven and ruined them all at the last minute. This is a little similar to that situation. But I'm happy. That literally took like 10 minutes to redo. Just a little more dishes, a little more mess to clean up, but that's okay. It was so stuck to this pan, but I finally got it. Yay! We don't have much to work with. So I don't know if I should still try to split it in half and add the apricot jam. I'll try. So I realized bears need to have snouts, so I just grabbed a piece from the other cake and put it here. I also melted some chocolate, so I'm adding the facial features. Guys, it's coming together. Oh my gosh. See, when things become cute, that's when I'm happy. On the final stretch. I just need to make some cream. It's 5:40, so Mr. Uncomfy is like on his way home.
for the bitterness of my attachments. Iron bracelets, clicking teeth, carving letters into dirty sheets. Origami paper, slow to unfolding. You are the wild geese, somehow consoling me. This whole